My name is Nitisha Mandal, and today I'm gonna give a presentation over the topic globalization. So here are the contents that I'm going to follow today. So let's move on to the first topic. So here's the introduction of globalization. So globalization means the interdependence of countries on each other. Uh, Globalization hit India in late because when we got independence, our government has not adopted the policy of LPG, that is the liberalization, privatization, and globalization. It has adopted it in later point of time because of the economic crisis. Now here's globalization. So it means the rapid increase of the share of economic activities taking place across the nation in the globe. And it is the process of international integration, that is the interdependence of countries over each other. It also means the transfer of cultures from one country to another. That is, first India was a mostly like ethical and traditional kind of country, but now it has adopted Western cultures as well. So that is globalization. Now coming to the integration of economics, due to that globalization, so integration means coming together. So it has increased the interdependence of economies over each other, and it has increased the opportunities to buy the products and to sell the products globally. And it has also increased the opportunity to get capital, that is foreign direct investments. And it has also increased the growth of finance because some country is poor and some is rich. So by the process of globalization, we can get capital and finance from other countries as well. It is not limited to a particular company where a person belongs to. Now coming to the aspects of globalization. So here I have tried to add a picture which explains it all, but now I'll explain it further. So here are four things that I have taken from the aspects of globalization. That is the trade and transaction. So trade and transaction means where a person buys and sells products not only in their respective country, but in other countries as well. And now coming to capital and investment movement. So it means that when finance and capital moves from one country to another, that is we call in simple language FDI, that is the foreign direct investment. And now coming to migration, people migrate from one country to another in order to get more job opportunities, better exposure and all. And it also leads to globalization. And now coming to fourth one, last but not the least, that is very important, that is the dissemination of knowledge. It means one person's knowledge and information gets in other person's brain. And now coming to the dimensions of globalization, there are many dimensions, but I have taken four. That is economic globalization. It is related to the money, finance, and capital. And now coming to political globalization, it is related that when government of one country make becomes friend with the government of another country so that their trade gets more fluent. And now coming to cultural globalization, it means that when one country adopts the culture of other countries, it is basically more related to the MNCs, that is the multinational companies, which come to other countries and hence adopts the culture. And now coming to ideological globalization, it means that when one country adopts the ideologies and when one country follows the footsteps of the other countries, that is called the ideological globalization. And now coming to the reasons that why people thought to globalize the world economy. First reason was better resources. When we get globalized, we get the access countries as well. And second one is it reduces the cost of production because we can get the labors from other countries at a cheaper cost. And an expanded market, increased profit, operation internationally, which will increase their overall profit. So these are the main reasons behind globalization. And now the impact of globalization on Indian economy. As I stated earlier only that Indian economy avoided globalization just after the independence because we have just got independent from other countries, so Indians were quite scared that we will not let anyone enter it. But afterwards, some economic crisis happened, and the government of India had to globalize it because we were having crisis of funds. So one fact that I want to add up here is that uh, in the first government, which was the 5 years government, there was only gold left for 2 days. So that was the main reason behind globalizing it, because Manmohan Singh was working in the World Bank. So he asked the World Bank to give loan to India, and for that the World Bank has made an agreement that Indian economy has to be liberalized, privatized, and globalized. So this is the basic thing, that why Indian economy wasn't globalized at the time of independence but has globalized later on, and it is still globalized, that many MNCs are in India. And now coming to the merits of globalization, that is the advantages of globalization. So the businesses have grew up in a rapid way, opportunities to go global, that is opportunities to grab the international market has in, and advent of new technologies. We have come up with many new technologies due to this globalization, because if we only depend on one particular country, we won't be able to get the access to everything. And fourth one is the access of technology in rural area. In the beginning, rural areas were too backward, but now they are rising nicely, and literacy rate has also increased due to the globalization, and the agricultural techniques have also improved. And we all know that when something has advantage, it comes up with disadvantages too. So here are the disadvantages of globalization. It has affected the agricultural sector very badly, because India is solely an agriculture based company. Around 70% of people in India rely upon the agricultural sector. And now second one is increased unemployment, because the people rely in agricultural sector, and globalization has mostly hit the secondary and tertiary sectors. So and unemployment has also increased, and the local businesses have got perished, because the MNCs have arrived and we have got the access of the other products. And the price hike of daily usage commodities, it is very common. The prices increase like almost in a daily basis of the daily usable commodities. And the businesses ethical responsibility has declined, because earlier the businesses used to think that we have to operate in our country only, so we have to follow the corporate social responsibilities and all. But now, due to the global access, they are not doing it properly. And here now I come to the conclusion. So globalization has both positive and negative impacts on the world economy. Rather on positive impacts are much more than it, and India is shining in every prospects, that is Indian companies are also going development very rapid, and many basic still remains unsolved, because people are much more going into globalized world and not focusing on their own country. Thank you so much for paying attention on my words. Have a good day ahead.
Stop share and then talk about your future plans. Just 1 minute. Say that my name is good morning. My name is Nitisha Mandal. I'm in intermediate one, level one. Today my topic is my future plan. Just very crisp but very nicely spoken.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nitisha Mindal, and I'm in English Intermediate 1. And today I will be talking about my future plans. So, my short term plan is to complete my graduation with nice percentage, and now then I'll move. My ultimate goal in life is to become an IAS officer. So, I have thought to complete my graduation here, and then I'll go for my MBA. But while doing my MBA, I'll be there in Delhi, so that I can get coaching for UPSC, which will help me further to get my goal achieved, which is my ultimate goal in life. And I just want to achieve it anyhow. It doesn't matter how many attempts I need to give, but I'll do that, and I'll surely be an IAS officer in my life.
Excellent. Okay. Make me host.
Hi everyone, my name is Nitisha Mandal and I belong to Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. I have completed my class 12th this year only from commerce stream, and now I'm looking forward to complete my BCom honors in the field of accounts and finance in KK Modi University. So today I'll be talking about my experience at KKMU, that is the KK Modi University, which is located in Durg, Chhattisgarh. So my experience is very well because I have come to learn many things that I even haven't heard about learning. I have learned about the life learning skills, the Bhagavad Gitas, the critical and creative thinking, which normal colleges do not teach in the curriculum and all, and we haven't studied about all these in schools also. And Bhagavad Gita, people think that it is only for the old age people, but because of KK Modi University, I came to know that no, it is for everyone. Everyone has something to learn from this, and I'm very thankful that I have taken admission here, and I'm looking forward to complete my graduation.